Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Creek Podcast. I am your host, Nicholas.
I'm your host, Kyler. What's going on?
And brothers and sisters, mothers and daughters, and hot moms. There's a lot for us to talk about, especially with Toei Animations. Okay.
Toei Animations, Kaiju,
JJK.
the last episode of Windbreaker.
There's a lot.
A quick little thing. In regards to the One Piece live action, did you see what I sent you today?
Yes.
There has been a Going Merry ship spotted in a filming studio outside of Cape Town, South Africa.
Yes.
So sounds to me like they're doing the Alabasta arc.
Alabasta. I'm actually really excited.
About that. Not to mention, I'm curious who the fuck they cast as Ace.
Ace and Vivi. Wait, no, Vivi's not. Vivi's in Alabasta, right?
Yes. Well, you saw the cast listing that got leaked, right?
Oh no, I didn't.
It's basically races and age ranges.
Mm-hmm.
For all the characters. Vivi, they were thinking either South Asian or Middle Eastern.
Ooh, Middle Eastern would be better.
Middle Eastern would be better. I agree
because it fits. It fits with Alabasta, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
kind of, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Because Alabasta is more.
It's a fucking desert.
Yeah. So.
If I remember correctly, they wanted Nico Robin, to be Latina.
That would be.
Not mad about that.
Neither am I.
Not mad at all about that.
Nope.
Let's see, I'm trying to remember who else off the top of my head was on that list. Mr. Number 2, Sword Dude. They were saying he was going to be African American. So I remember that. I don't remember the rest of them though.
That's a pretty good listing so far.
I'm just saying that so far I think they've got it pretty down pat. I mean, you look at the casting that they've already done.
Yeah.
It's been fucking great.
It's been pretty spot on. I really like the casting for the Straw Hats, and I really like how it wasn't really CGI. It was like not as CGI for the fishmen. So
it felt a lot more practical.
Yes.
I mean, it was mostly practical, like makeup and stuff, and they did that really well.
Dude,
you know what else? I'm hoping they don't fucking skip out of that.
What?
Kung Fu Dugongs.
Oh yes.
Because dude, those things were fucking hilarious.
Yeah, they were hilarious. If they make or take that out, I'm gonna be pretty upset.
Bro, I mean, Kung Fu Dugongs come back later in the story. Luffy literally fights one that can use hockey.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Because the dude was like, wait a second, hold the fuck up. And then, because Chopper was translating, he was like, Master, I haven't seen you in a long time. And it fucking clicked in Luffy's head, and he was like, no way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know. I'm excited. If they're filming it now, then that means it's gonna either come later 2024, early 2020, very early 2025. He's ready. So if you guys don't know, if you guys can see that little pair of legs right there, that's my girlfriend. She doesn't want to be on the podcast right now, so I kind of just adjusted a little bit. She's playing Mario Kart with Kyler.
I have ADHD. I need two things going on at once.
Yeah, I was about to say, do you want to elaborate on why you're playing Mario Kart and filming this podcast at the same time? I think it's impressive. I can't do that. I can't. I have to lock in.
It's because I have ADHD fucking real hard. And if I don't take my medications, I fuck around very heavily.
I can't do that. I have to be locked in. Anywho, I really want to talk about this because it just came out and it's about the recent episodes of One Piece.
So this week's episode was so good.
It was very good. We talked about it in the
last one.
Yeah,
but to reiterate,
in between. So just to give you guys a heads or like a little background knowledge on this. So we filmed these podcasts and we're 2 weeks ahead. Like as of right now, as of me filming this June 4th, I'm still editing last week's episode, which comes out on Monday. And then we're doing this one, which is the week after. So I have about 2 weeks to film this one and a week left to film this one. Okay. Or edit the last week's episode. So we're ahead of the game, right? But with the information from the toy animations, bro, so it happened in such a small gap that I really wanted to talk about it. So the last week episode for One Piece, okay? If you guys don't know, Stussy, or it's not Stussy, Sanji pretty much barked for Stussy, right? But I saw something on Instagram that
Always in some fucking hot water for that shit.
yeah, Toei's in some hot water because reportedly, let me pull up the post here. I think you sent it to me, brother. Toei Animations is trending all over Twitter because of the latest episode of One Piece where Sanji was seen humping and sticking his tongue out like a dog for Stussy. The Sanji fandom claims this never happened in the manga and the studio is doing it on purpose. Personally, I think Toei Animations has an agenda against Sanji.
Bro, I looked up the manga panel that was from. It's a bunch of bullshit. Oda basically insinuated that he was barking like a dog. And I think it just fits.
See,
it's fucking funny. Who cares?
Okay, see, exactly.
Sanji does that shit to himself all the time. Sanji was doing that shit to barking like a dog. That's a little up there for that motherfucker.
But it's still funny.
He does the same shit to himself all the time. And it was funny as shit. I don't give a fuck. You and I were both laughing our asses off when we saw that shit.
Yeah, see, I really don't think there's a real issue about it. But if we look in the comments here, okay, it's a bunch of Sanji stans, okay? Toei Animations is a Zoro fan for real. And then the person who posted commented commenting back saying facts. Somebody said it's not that big of a deal at all. Shouldn't even be a discussion. The person who posted this says Sanji fans want their character to shine. He does. He shines a lot. Okay. Wano, Thriller Bark, or not Thriller, Whole Cake Island. Dude, that whole arc was about him, and he shined. I think that Whole Cake Island, Wano, especially when they went to Kaido and he was fighting, what's his name?
Queen?
Yeah, Queen. No, he didn't fight Queen, did he? He did. He fought Queen and whooped his ass. And whooped his ass. I think people are just freaking overanalyzing things like us, but I don't think we really need to cancel Toei Animations because they made one of their characters fucking bark, even though he's a simp since episode 5.
Bro, it was fucking funny. I think it was
funny. I don't give a fuck. Okay, don't cancel Toei Animations, bro. What do you want to talk about next, brother?
Let's go over the last episode of Windbreaker.
Yes, let's talk about the last episode of Windbreaker.
Because that shit was gas.
Okay. Episode 1, I made a theory about it. We talked about it a little bit. We were off by a mile.
Oh, we were massively
off. But the thing is, I'm not mad about it.
Not mad about it at all.
The way they freaking told the story, bro. Oh my goodness. Fantastic.
Not to mention
the character development, bro.
The character development was fucking phenomenal.
And
if we're being honest here, we've been watching too many fucking shonens.
Yes, we have.
You follow me?
We have been.
We've been used to fucking Dragon Ball Z and One Piece and Naruto, where each fight takes fucking 3 days. You know what I mean? Each fight's like 3-4 episodes, so it's like it was kind of refreshing.
It was,
yeah. One solid fucking fight in one episode, without a bunch of like stupid ass cliffhangers and shit. It was kind of nice. I enjoyed it. It thoroughly.
Not to mention the character development for Tomiyama.
Oh, yes.
Dude. The fact... Okay, so dude, if you guys don't watch Windbreaker, I highly suggest you guys watch it, okay? So if you guys don't know who Tomiyama is, dude, he is like a psychotic-ass Mikey, okay? It's like if Mikey didn't have Draken, right? He just wants to fight, he wants to hurt people, and he gets a kick out of it, okay?
It's like if Mikey had Draken, but Draken was also fucked up.
Yeah. So, pretty much what happened in the episode was the two captains, Tomiyama and Umi,
Umamiya.
Yeah, Umamiya, they were fighting, okay? But the thing is, Umamiya was not fighting. He was just kicking it, taking it, and he was just being a fucking boss, okay? Every hit that Tomiyama threw at him, he just ate it and just kept talking, okay? But it but it's like a good, it was just so fucking good. And then the character development at the end when Tomimiya was freaking whooping his ass and was just like, you don't have anything and shit like that. It was just insane. Absolute bonkers of an episode, bro.
Oh, it was fucking awesome.
It was amazing. I can't wait till the next episode because we're only on episode 9.
I know. Yeah, that shit was fucking great. Dude, that whole episode was just, oh, it was a chef's kiss.
It was
Just
a chef's kiss, bro. It was such a good episode.
The animation blew me the fuck away. Because, like, the first 3 minutes of the episode, you and I were talking about this as we were watching it. We were like, holy shit, this is fucking good.
Yeah, it popped off too.
It was like, it was both fluid and very detailed. And just, it blew me away a little bit.
Yeah, me too. It still like boggles my mind that before we started watching this, we had no idea that it was on Crunchyroll.
You had no idea.
I
knew
didn't.
It was on there.
I didn't even know. Like it threw me. It was like out of left field that it was a good hidden gem of Crunchyroll. So I see here on the notes, brother, Himawari Jinchuriki. You want to elaborate on that?
Yeah. So apparently there's some shit that's been going on with the manga. I haven't read it because I can't read fucking Japanese
That
that
sucks.
well. Because most of that shit's in kanji. I don't know kanji that well. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but Himawari is essentially, she's not even a Jinchuriki. She is a fucking tailed beast now.
What?
Yeah.
Himawari is a tailed beast.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Basically, she inherited a bunch of Kuroma's chakra in the like when she was basically due to the fact that Naruto was Jinchuriki at the time that she was, conceived.
Mm-hmm.
She inherited a shitload of the chakra via, not gonna say it, but you get it. And basically she awakened in the new manga panel. I don't know if this is just bullshit. This could be bullshit, but it looked pretty legit because it was in the fucking same art style. And she was all like, it threw me off because I'm like, Kuruma's coming back, kind of, but at the same time, it's
Not
all fucking weird. Yeah.
So what you're telling me is Himawari is
now essentially the Nine Tails.
So you're saying that if she were to attack the lands, right? She'd have to pretty much be like Kurama with Naruto. She'd have to be sealed into somebody.
Correct.
Hey,
But
yo!
here's the thing that's overpowered about her too. Think about Nine Tails chakra
Mm-hmm.
plus the Byakugan, because she's got.
Oh
Byakugan.
my gosh!
Yeah,
What the
she's got
fuck?
Byakugan, dude. So it's
Whoa.
like, bro, I like the way I thought about. Oh shit, I'm in a race.
That's not fair. He wasn't ready. No, I'm just joking.
I really wasn't.
I'm kidding.
Anyways, it kind of fucked with my head a little bit because I wasn't expecting that to happen.
That's kind of fucky.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, that's some crazy shit right there.
Yeah. For somebody to have 9 tails chakra, amounts of chakra.
Well, here's the thing. She is the fucking Nine Tails. So think about Kurama in human form plus Byakugan.
That's overpowered as fuck.
Not to mention, she probably's got. I don't know how far her training has commenced, but if you think about it, she could start using the 8 trigram, 8, like the same shit that Neji was using.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Or she could learn Hinata's fucking lion fists. I don't remember what the fuck she called them, but the lion fists that she made out of her chakra
And she
with
has nine tails
with
chakra.
Urama chakra.
Oh
Like
my
that shit's
gosh.
crazy.
I don't know how they're gonna put that in the story, bro.
Yeah, I
It's just
don't
about to
know
pop
either.
off. I might have to start reading Boruto.
You're gonna when you come up in July.
I might have to start reading it. If it comes to that, like she is the nine tails with Hinata's eyes, the Byakugans.
Yeah, give me a
I'm
second.
I'm gonna want to see how that shit goes down. If I'm being honest, because I can't watch it.
Bro.
I can't. There's too much filler. There's a
It's,
lot of shit going on, and it's not even a lot of good shit. It's just shit.
if I'm being honest, there is 3 moments that I would watch it for.
Out of how many episodes?
Bro, there's like 270 episodes.
Yeah, and
And
there's only
there's like,
3 things you want to see.
bro, there's like 10 episodes I'd watch.
No, I don't know. That's a lot.
Barry on mode,
Yes,
right?
I want to see that. Yes.
There is a storyline where Sasuke and Boruto end up going back in time. They meet Kid Naruto and Jiraiya.
I think I saw that one on Instagram.
That one was not half bad.
Okay.
That was pretty fucking good because again, I mean, I'm a Jiraiya fan. That gave me nostalgia like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then trying to think of the third moment. There was a third moment that I was like, "Oh, this shit's actually savage."
Sasuke with the dinosaur.
If we're being honest, that was the most fucking arc.
Really?
Oh, but it was low key hype, but it was fucking retarded story wise.
Dude.
It
Aw.
was fucking retarded.
You know that makes me sad because I saw an Instagram clip of Sasuke fighting with a fucking dinosaur.
Oh, he had a bro.
Yeah.
This man went full Jurassic World and had a
I was
fucking,
just about to say he had a blue, bro.
he had a blue. He had a fucking Velociraptor attack raptor. You know what
Dude,
I'm saying?
see, I want to see that shit, but now that you say shit like that, I'm like, damn, missed opportunity on that part.
Kind of cool, but it was just like, huh? You know what I'm saying? So there's that. I'm trying to think of the third moment.
Was it the
I
clone
mean,
of Jiraiya?
if we're being honest, Kashin Koji, that was pretty cool to see. Um, the only other thing that I can think of would be when they fight Momoshiki.
I want to see that too.
Because when they fought Momoshiki, it was dope as fuck.
Yeah, I want to see that.
So here's the thing that kind of pissed me off about this, about Boruto a little bit, right? So it took Naruto how long to fucking master the Rasengan?
Shit, a whole arc.
It took Naruto how long to apply his wind nature to the Rasengan?
A whole arc.
You know how long it took Boruto?
Didn't you tell me it took him like an episode?
It took him. He figured out how to do the Rasengan in 3 days and subconsciously applied a lightning nature to it to make it invisible.
To make it invisible? I didn't know you made it invisible.
It goes invisible and it acts as a projectile.
That's weird.
It's essentially a vanishing lightning style Rasen Shuriken.
That's kind of hard though.
Kind of hard, but you'd think it would take him more effort to figure that one out.
I feel like they're just rushing everything. I think
Yeah.
Okay, so when the whole Boruto anime came out, right? I remember you were kind of excited for it, kind of,
It was kind of it's
Yeah.
Naruto.
right? Because
And,
you're a huge Naruto fan.
bro,
You were
Not
excited
to mention the animation style did Naruto fucking dirty.
with his short ass hair. It made
Bro, with
it,
the short
dude.
ass hair.
It did
I'm gonna
Gaara
tell you-
dirty.
They did Gara dirty as fuck. They did Choji dirty as fuck. They did Shino dirty as fuck.
They didn't
The
do
only
the
one they
chicks
didn't-
dirty.
They didn't. The only one they didn't do dirty was Shikamaru.
Shikamaru's still hard. I've liked him since the beginning of Naruto, bro.
Even though I will say, actually, I'm gonna switch hats because this one hurts my head. Even Shikamaru is still scared of his wife,
Right.
which
So is Naruto with Hinata.
fucking makes sense. Fucking makes sense. I mean, you look at Naruto and Hinata.
Yes.
Not to mention, you look at fucking Shikamaru's dad and Shikamaru's mom.
Yes, I remember that.
That should make sense.
Yeah, that should
When
make sense.
the box on the shelf in my bedroom, you go throw that away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know
That
what
shit
you mean.
was
I know what
funny.
you mean.
He was scared of his mom,
Yes.
so there's that.
It fits. It's kind of like an unspoken thing in the Naruto anime, right? Even what's his name?
For
Minato.
being honest, yeah,
Minato
no,
too?
bro. If we're talking about, listen, I will say one thing about Kishimoto that is kind of tragic. The man doesn't write female characters all that great. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've seen that.
But he knows how to write a woman that's fucking badass.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Every
I mean-
every female so far in the anime has been fucking,
That I can think of.
besides
every
Sakura, has
major-
been badass.
Every major female has been strong as fuck
Yes.
in one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Other than fucking Tenten, but fucking Tenten. But it's almost, you know what it reminds me of? You remember the fucking meme that went around of Piccolo reacting to why Saiyans choose strong women?
No. Well, I remember it. I just can't remember it vividly.
Basically, all the ninjas, all the shinobi in the Naruto verse are like Saiyans in that matter.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
like strong women. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
This motherfucker's eating a pickle on air.
yep.
How good is that pickle?
It's crunchy. It's got good flavor.
Is it juicy?
Yeah. I'd give it a 7 or an 8 out of 10.
Is it dill or sweet?
Who the fuck likes sweet pickles?
I just
It's dill.
wanted to ask. I'm sorry. All right. I think this should be the last anime portion of the segment.
No, we've got more.
Okay.
I've got more.
I know you've got more, but you want to talk about the cheese caves?
I will talk about the cheesecakes here in a minute.
Okay. Can we
But,
talk about this? I know we need to talk about kaiju. But
We're talking about kaiju.
But I wanna just talk about the reason why Sanji wants the invisible devil fruit in Thriller Bark.
Oh, that shit was funny.
Because I'm rewatching Thriller Bark. That's why. And it's funny.
And that's why I put it on there, because I remembered that you were watching Thriller Bark.
I was about to
I
say.
remembered that whole scenario, and I was laughing my fucking ass off.
Yeah.
Because
Right as I
I
start,
don't know.
right as I start Thriller Bark, and I was putting notes. So we have notes just to because we sidetrack a lot. So there's key points that we want to. There's key points that we want to talk about on the podcast. So I'm putting on my notes, right? Because this was supposed to kind of be I think the second portion of this podcast is going to be nostalgia, and Kyler really wants to talk about the cheese caves. But I'm putting
bonkers.
I'm putting nostalgia stories and anime news, like the Sanji thing. And then out of nowhere, I just see Sanji wanting the invisible devil fruit in Thriller Bark, and I'm like, this motherfucker wants to talk about that after Toei Animations is on the back burner, or not on the back burner, is in hot fire for putting Sanji in the simp, full blown simp mode for Stussy.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, which is a perfect example of they've done it before.
I was just about to say that.
So-
They're in hot water for barking, but they're not in hot water for Sanji wanting the invisible devil fruit to spy on chicks in the shower. Yeah. That boggles my fucking mind.
And honestly, do you remember how pissed he was when he found out that devil fruit was fucking? He came in contact with the user of that devil fruit.
Yeah, he
That
was
man was
furious.
fucking livid.
I feel like most of his anger and power was because he had the invisible devil fruit, and he didn't, or Sanji didn't.
Well, not to mention, he spied on Nami in the shower.
Yeah, and he was like, "That should have been me." What the fuck,
bro?
That's weird.
That's funny.
That's fun. No, see, that goes back to it. It's funny,
but it's weird.
It's funny, but it's weird. But I don't understand why barking is more important than. Yeah. That makes no fucking sense.
can we move on and just talk
Sorry.
about kaiju? Because I have been really fucking
I
excited
know.
about that episode.
I know
It
you want
was
to talk
so
about
good.
Kaiju number 10, and you can't because I'm not caught up on the manga.
Yeah, I know. I just read the last, bro. I just read the most recent volume of the manga that came out in English. So, volume 10.
No spoilers, please.
The amount of shit that I am fucking excited to see animated in that, it's gonna be bonkers, dude.
Keep going. I'm interested.
Like, how do I do? How do I fucking put this without
I don't know.
giving any spoilers? Let me
I don't
think
know.
of a similar scenario. I need
Ooh,
another
I want to say something.
Yeah, well, I think of another scenario. Go for it.
So I saw a post on Instagram today. Okay.
Okie
That was a picture of Luffy with Conqueror's hockey. And the post said, I'm going to try and find it so I can put it up here on screen. It says unlocking the dad voice is like unlocking Conqueror's hockey.
Oh, massively.
Dude.
Massively. Listen, when I babysit my cousins and I bust out the fucking listen here, you little shit. You better fucking do what I tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Conqueror's hockey because when I get that fucking, you know what I mean?
You know, yeah.
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 The looks I get back up are like, oh shit, he might fuck us up if we don't do. You know what I mean?
Dude,
Which
okay.
I would never hit them little fuckers, but
Nah.
yeah.
No, yeah. You got to kind of like, it's not scare the kids, but you got to know, like, yo, when I say this shit, if I use this tone, you got to listen. See, I don't really, okay, so I have a nephew, and he's fucking adorable, okay? But when he doesn't listen, I don't even have to say shit anymore. I've unlocked the Conqueror's hockey stare, dog.
Hey, listen.
Shanks in episode 1. From across the room, and I can see
that bombastic side eye.
Yeah, dude, like
you know what I mean?
Like he'll be like jumping off the couches and shit, and like he's a boy, okay? So he's like, I might get some back heat here, but boys are supposed to get hurt, right? Boys are supposed to learn the hard way. At least I did. Fucking.
That's the only way I learned is the hard way.
Yeah, like going down the hill, and then you remember in when I was playing for Big Blue, and this was when Kaz was playing with us too. So you remember when I went to practice with a concussion, and I did contact drills?
Oh yeah.
And then I passed out because I got hit too hard.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I remember the coach was fucking livid.
Yeah, he was like, "You came to practice with a fucking concussion." And I'm like, "Yes, coach." He used his Conqueror's hockey. I'm like, "Yes, coach."
Oh yeah.
Go.
Oh yeah. We
But no.
all remember. Hey, we all remember those. There's a few times when, you know, an adult other than your father can get you with a Conqueror's hockey.
Yeah, and it was my coach for me, bro.
I'm gonna say, sports coaches.
100%.
I've never been in the military, but I'm going to assume that either drill instructors or drill sergeants will do that shit to you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know, like other family, other than your
family, like your dad has given me the Conqueror hockey stare before. And
I'm pretty sure I remember which scenario that was under.
Which one?
It was when we were teaching you how to use the pew-pews. So,
I'm cutting this all out.
why?
I'm cutting. No, fuck you. I don't want that shit.
Why? That's fucking funny.
No, because I was fucking bro.
Exactly.
No, I'm not using that. No.
Anyways, so I mean, there's a few times.
No, here because she was grinning. So the first time I was in Chelan, but yeah, I'm not putting that shit in because no.
You cut that last part out, but I think you should leave the rest of it in.
No, I'm leaving the segment in, but not my story. I don't. No, fuck that.
Yeah, fine. In other news, JJK's manga is apparently ending
Yeah.
within the next 6 months.
And you want to hear something crazy about it? I feel like it's just getting good. I think it's like in my opinion, it's like really popping off now. And for them to end it this early, I'm like, what the? Because it came out what? The manga came out before the
3 years
anime.
ago. I remember the anime coming out like what, 2-3 years ago.
It was when I was still in Montana, or when I was in Montana.
Yeah, so about 3 years ago now.
Yeah, 3 years. Maybe it's because I'm used to One Piece, but dude, that's fucking short. 2 seasons only. That's pretty
Well,
fucking
I
short.
mean, you think about it, most anime.
Let me rephrase that. That's pretty short for a shonen. That's. I can only list.
I'll give you that.
I can
will
list a
give you that.
handful of animes that are shonen that are only 2 to 3 seasons, and I can't think of one at the top of my head.
I mean, Hunter x Hunter's still not done.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But
That's only got what, like 2-3 seasons,
no, it has. I thought it had more. Let me look it up.
or 2-3 major arcs that I can think of that are animated, right?
I think so. There's a 7th season coming out.
Yeah, which I'm excited for.
Really?
Also, did you hear? We kind of talked about this. Either last week or 2 weeks ago. It's officially announced Kubo is coming out with the Echoing Jaws of Hell arc.
Yes, I did see that.
And with how successful Thousand Year Blood War is right now, bro,
Dude, I'm excited.
I'm fucking stoked.
Dude, I'm excited because it's gonna be a hell arc, like you said. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Can
we
we?
still haven't talked about Kaiju in the last episode of Kaiju.
Yeah.
And how really fucking good.
Yeah. So, okay, Kaiju. I kind of wanted it to be spoiled when you told me what you told me.
What?
I can't
About
say
number
it.
10?
No, with the vice captain and why he was pissed because they could have used that information.
I'm not gonna spoil it for nobody, but it's fucking funny.
Yeah, it's like knowing that I kind of, before you told me, I thought it would have been sooner with that information. I'm like
I think
walking
that
around my
happened
words here.
It happened in volume 6.
Yeah,
And I'm trying to remember. I think we're in volume 4 or 5.
we're still.
I want to
think
say
we're
we're
in-
in volume 4 or 5
Let me. Here.
right now. It's very soon when it pops off.
That's
Because if I remember correctly,
I just spoiled myself.
yeah.
Damn it.
So you're gonna have to read it now.
Yes.
But anywho,
We can make this a kaiju spoiler corner if you want. If you want to just freely talk.
no, I'm not gonna. I want you to read it.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna tell you right now, the manga, each volume that I read, I'm like, oh, this is the best one yet. And it just keeps doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Every book pops off, and I've noticed that even with me being on volume 3.
It's like, bro, I'm telling you, take some time, read like a volume a night for the next 4 or 5 days.
I'll
And
do
you
it. Yeah,
become-
I'd be down. I'll probably do that, to be honest, because I keep looking at it, and I'm like, fuck, if I didn't have to go to work, I'd fucking watch it, and then or read it. But when on the days off that I do have, it's kind of like, fuck, I gotta. It's like, fuck, I gotta edit this for work. Fuck, I gotta edit the podcast so it comes out on Monday. Fuck, I want to take my girlfriend out, which is not. I'm not mad about. Don't hit me, but.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. 10 blew my fucking socks off.
I know.
10 was like actually crazy.
We were talking
shit
about
that-
it off cam. So
Bro, it like, I'm not gonna tell you which character. All I'm gonna say is the motherfucker's basically a Jinchuriki for
you
one.
told me that. I was like,
And the battle scene in 10 is gonna be so fucking crazy to animate.
Are they fighting Kaiju number 10? You can say
No,
yes or no. No? Okay.
no,
Okay.
no. It. How do I put this without giving
You
spoilers?
can't. It's okay. It's okay. Don't hurt your brain, bro. But
Uh,
let me say this though while you think, okay? So it pretty much showed Kaiju number 10 in the recent episode. And you told
it
me
did
that
show Kaiju number 10.
and it didn't do that in the manga.
No.
It didn't cuz we're still on book 2. As far as I know, if I'm going off of my manga knowledge, we're still on book 2, which is
All right.
nutty. That means Kaiju number 8 is going to be a long ass manga or
All
anime.
right. I've got an approximation. Ish. You remember Pacific Rim?
No.
It
I
feels
didn't
like Pacific Rim 2 with how much the fucking shit is going crazy. Anyways, I'm gonna get away from that.
Yeah, we're almost an hour in and we're still on anime.
Bro, you know what I saw today?
Everything's getting animes.
Yes.
Are you hype
John
about that
Wick
or
is
what?
getting a Bro, John Wick is getting a fucking
Okay.
anime.
Fine. I'll pull up the post cuz there's some that I'm like, dude, that's going to be fucking
You
fire.
what? I
But
sent you a post of
I
that
know.
shit, and I was
It's
like, God damn.
okay, so the ones that I'm
Bruce
excited
Lee
for,
anime?
I was just about to say. But I don't like the fact that everything's getting a fucking anime now. But I like some of the animes that are going to come out, okay? House of Lee. I'm so fucking excited. John
Bruce
Wick,
Lee?
super excited.
Yes.
Terminator
Animator.
Zero.
A Terminator. I fucking can't
Terminator.
talk. Terminator.
Terminator.
Anime.
I'm on the fence
It-
about
that,
that one.
that could go very, very well.
It could.
Um,
Suicide Squad, not
Far
excited.
Cry. Far Cry could be pretty fucking cool.
Oh, I'm just going down the list. I'm on Suicide Squad, which I'm not excited for.
Mm,
Batman
it
Ninja
could
versus
be
the
good.
Yakuza. Okay, I can see that.
It's a
That'd be
movie. It's a movie.
but it'd be fire.
It,
Rick and Morty, dude,
eh.
really? Rick and Morty is perfectly fine without being an anime.
Yeah, Rick and Morty could be grouped into that whole thing with King of the Hill. It could very well be an American anime.
It could be an American anime. Plus, if they really wanted to make it an anime, which they kind of did with the Rick and Two Crows, kind of, they could just go to a dimension and just stay there for like a season.
Yeah.
That'll be an anime right there. Honestly, in my opinion. Being a part of the anime community, I don't think Rick and Morty really needs one. I heard a lot of promise about Devil Made Me Cry. I don't know what the fuck Splinter Cell is. Far
It was
Cry,
a
though.
Tom Clancy. Splinter Cell was a Tom Clancy video game. Almost think Rainbow,
Mm-hmm.
but not quite.
Okay. I don't know. I've never played it, so I don't really have a say in that one. Far Cry, though.
Depending on which Far Cry could be damn good. Depending on which
Game they based it off
game
of?
they base it off of.
I think it should be 4.
'Cause 4 was goddamn good. 3 was goddamn good.
I think if it was
I
3 or
played
4,
the
it'd be
shit out of
fire.
5. I played the shit out of 5. I beat that thing 100%.
Was it that good? I didn't. That was one of the Far Cry games I didn't play. I watched I watched the Rad Brad play 3.
So, for being honest, one of the best things, I'm not going to get political, but the villains were at least somewhat understandable
Mm-hmm.
from some points of view. Also, you could get a pet bear named Cheeseburger.
Huh?
It was fucking odd, dude. You could get a pet bear named Cheeseburger, a fucking mountain lion, and a dog.
All at once.
You could only have one in your party at once, right? So you could have the bear named Cheeseburger, the mountain lion, or the dog. And each one of them had different things. So, like, the bear was all-out assault, fucking full frontal attacks. The mountain lion would ambush motherfuckers and stealthily sneak them away. And the dog was recon.
And this is in 5.
5 was low key cool as fuck.
I missed out on having a pet bear named Cheeseburger.
Yeah, oh yeah, you did. And
Me.
bro, in the game, it was funny as shit. And because in the game they literally had like, you could hear NPCs talking about it, and I think there was a thing that was like note or something like that. Anyways, it was basically the bear got too fucking fat from eating cheeseburgers.
Hmm.
So they had to switch him to an all fish diet, and the bear was pissed about it. Oh,
I
that
don't
was
know.
funny as shit.
I think okay, knowing that, dude, if we have if it was based on Far Cry 5, we got to see Cheeseburger, bro.
Bro,
We got
cheeseburger was dope as shit.
going back to it. Dark Souls, even though it's a rumor, I think that one would be fire. I didn't play Dark Souls, but I've heard a lot of good things about that game. And then Stranger Things Tokyo. What do you think about that one?
I don't know. I could never get it. I never got into Stranger Things, honestly.
I think if it were, see, if it was Stranger Things, I don't think it'd be as good as people think. And that's my opinion. But if we just flat out had a D&D anime, like Dungeons and Dragons anime, that one would be fucking gas.
Speaking of, I think we should try and get a game together with all the boys. Because the fuckery we would pull
A
would be
D&D game.
funny as shit. A D&D campaign, you, me, Dylan, fucking Kaz, maybe old Bix or Peas.
I think that would be the most
It would be
toxic
funny
game
as
of
shit.
Dungeons and Dragons
Oh,
ever played.
It would be. Because we would be fucking around the whole time. You know,
Yo.
at the very least, one of us would try and fuck a dragon.
Yo, I was just about to say, imagine like, imagine the
We
story.
would go full Tenacious D. Was I who fucked the dragon? Fuck a lion, fuck a loo. You know what I mean?
That would be the most toxic game of Dungeons and Dragons, bro. Bro, one of us motherfuckers will make it into the story of us in IRL having to do shit if we didn't roll the right number.
Yeah. Or I would make my character to be fucking Raphael from the Ninja Turtles.
Oh my gosh.
You know, shit like that.
I don't know. I still stand like a lot of things don't really need to be animated, but there's some in that Instagram post that look fucking fire. Like House of Dragon or House of Lee, bro. That looks fucking fire. Then wasn't there a trailer for that too?
I haven't seen it. You know what I would love to be an anime?
What?
Ideally, I would like this to be a live action show or movie.
The Last Ronin?
No.
Oh, that's
No,
what I
this
was
is
thinking.
Star Wars. This is Star Wars related.
Okay.
So there's a game called Knights of the Old Republic where Darth Revan was one of the main characters in it,
Yeah.
and it was really, really fucking good.
Okay.
And like there's a shitload of lore behind that, or another. I think this one would be perfectly suited to an anime. Okay. Have you heard of the Mandalorian Wars?
I've heard of it. Yes, I did.
So the Mandalorians fighting the Jedi. They used flamethrowers. One of their main weapons, they called it a lead slinger,
Yeah.
I think was the name for it. And it essentially, when the Jedi would try and block the bolts, they would get molten metal splattered in their fucking face.
Ooh.
Bro, the Mandalorians were savage as fuck.
I think that'd be a hard ass anime, bro.
Bro, tell me that wouldn't be a dope ass anime.
That would be super
like-
fire. But didn't Star Wars try and make an anime already?
So they had
It was
Visions.
Visions. That's
had
what I was
Visions.
talking about. Yeah.
and bro, the samurai episode from Visions,
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit went hard.
Yeah. I heard a lot of mixed reviews, but I think it was pretty damn good.
Bro, that shit went hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Anyways, I think the Mandalorian Wars would be a perfect Star Wars. If Star Wars wanted to get into anime truly and throw out a full fucking series based on something,
Mm-hmm.
don't try and invent new characters.
No, don't.
Go talk, base some shit off the EU. I realize it's not canon. Make that shit fucking canon. Mandalorian Wars, use that shit.
Yep.
Use
No,
Knights of the Old Republic. You know what I
knowing
mean?
Disney, they're probably gonna make some
Oh,
new
they're gonna
shit and
fuck
fuck it
it
up.
up.
But if Star Wars wanted to do their own thing and just be like, nah, we're gonna do it this way. Yes.
I want old Senior George Lucas to take things back over.
Please. All right, it's
It's
1
been a
o'clock
pleasure.
over there. It was fun.
1:15 over here.
Yeah, it's
I'm
1:15 over there, 12:17, and
I'm gonna
I'm
take
getting over
something that's legal in about half of the states and knock the fuck out.
have fun. Okay. With that, we'll come back next week with a brand new podcast. I'm gonna edit this as much as I can, but like I
We'll
said,
talk about the new episode of One Piece, new episode of Kaiju, new episode of Windbreaker.
yes, sir. And then we could talk about some other shit like gaming. I think I want to have next week be a gaming episode.
Ooh, favorite video games.
Favorite video games. I'm gonna make a tier list for Mario Kart maps, and we'll just have a blast. We'll have fun.
I've been Kyler.
I'm Nick.
I am Kyler. And
Fuck.
yeah.
All right, and then I'm gonna
Peace,
restart
y'all.
this song. We'll come back next week.
Peace, y'all.